Namaste, welcome back to the Pragna channel, and you are watching AWS real-time projects for beginners to experts. And we are almost entered, we can consider ourselves as experts entry level or level 1, and this is season 6 and we have one more season to go. I thought there were, I think, 6 or 7 videos in season 6 which is about networking, but boy oh boy, forget about 6 7, there are 15 projects in this season. 15 projects to record, so I think it will take one more week. And I thought this and the next season, I think combined, I thought contains about 10 to 15, but nope, I was not even close. Both combined, there are 30 projects. So far, you have watched 64 projects, so this will take it to 94 projects. I was thinking there were like 75 projects, but that's not the case anymore. So I will have to spend one more week to record 15 plus 50, 30 projects. And yeah, I think that's about it. So this is the first project in this season as network engineer, or in networking, whatever you want to call. And as I said, we have 15 more to come, or 14 more to come, excluding this one. So this is project number 65, and this is going to be about scaling network connectivity. So let's go ahead and click on that, route and go. And we are going to enter this time in the networking island. As you already know, there are different islands in the in this game. Each island belongs to a separate service, not service, but role, I would say. Like this is network role, and previous season we did security role, so on and so forth. So we are going to enter the networking island, and this is the first time we are entering this. So this is kind of in the in the sky. Okay, as you can see, we are entering networking island, and this person is right outside the networking island. So let's click on them and learn about this particular projects. So whenever you see something here, that is the title of the project, which is going to be scaling network connectivity. Hi, I am the spacecraft fleet manager for an ongoing expedition around Jupiter. Thanks for answering our call for help. No problem. How can I be of service? We currently have 3 spacecraft orbiting Jupiter on an expedition to study the centuries old gigantic storm, the Great Red Spot. To communicate with each other and precisely locate the storm, each spacecraft establishes private connectivity with each other through VPC peering connections on AWS. That sounds like a solid solution. What seems to be the problem? As more spacecraft are launched to support this expedition, managing our point-to-point connections will become harder to scale. We need a solution to provision and manage network connectivity between spacecraft. Any ideas? I'm thinking they will uh, I think he will say transit gateway. Absolutely. I would remove the point-to-point peering connections and use a transit gateway. AWS Transit Gateway connects your VPCs through a central hub by using a hub and spoke design. Using a transit gateway, you can interconnect the network between the spacecraft and provide a more scalable approach. That sounds like what we need. So we can add thousands of spacecraft and they will all be able to communicate through the transit gateway. Exactly. And this hub and spoke model streamlines operations tasks and reduces operation costs. Amazing. I am ready to move our peering connections and switch to a transit gateway. Can you help us implement this solution? Of course, I am going to. Great. I can't wait to see this in action. Awesome. So we are going to learn about that transit gateway. So what are the learning objectives? We will remove VPC peering connections, which is currently set up, and then we'll create and configure a transit gateway using AWS Transit Gateway. Awesome. Let's click on start. All right, so let's click on the video concepts. And as you know, you have to watch these videos if you want to be considered an expert, or if you want to get that 3 or 4 years AWS experience I promised you. So watch these videos, which I highly recommend you to watch. If you are following from project 1, these videos, most of these videos are already part of those projects, so you might have already watched it, but it doesn't hurt to watch it again. I would recommend you to watch these videos. And where do you watch? So there will be a pop-up here for a playlist. If it already popped up, it will pop up, which will take you to AWS tutorials for beginners. Go to that playlist, put in these names in there, and watch these videos and come back here. All right. All right. Let's go back. And here's our diagram, and we have 4 steps in here that they are explaining. This solution removes the point-to-point peering connections between multiple VPCs. AWS Transit Gateway is set up to interconnect the network between the resources in the VPCs and provide a more scalable approach. As you can see, there are 4 VPCs. An internet gateway is attached to 3 VPCs, which you can see. Each VPC contains an EC2 instance representing the spacecraft. VPC peering connections are currently established between VPCs A and B and A and C. Okay, and you already know, right? A and B, A and C are connected doesn't mean B and C can talk to each other. No, it doesn't work that way. When you connect between A and B, only they can talk. When you connect A and C, only they can talk. B and C cannot talk. The point-to-point peering connections are removed in this solution, and a transit gateway is created in their place using AWS Transit Gateway. A fourth spacecraft will be added to the transit gateway in the DIY section. Okay, so if we didn't have transit gateway, then we have to, for example, as mentioned here, right? If you want to all these to talk to each other, you have to create a VPC connection between A and B, A and C, A and D, B and C, B and D, then C and D, and etc. B and C, etc. So on and so forth. You get it, right? So instead of that, if you have a transit gateway, you don't have to do all that. You can make each one talk to the other. So let's click on the plan. As part of the practice lab goals, we'll remove the VPC peering connections. We will create and configure transit gateway, and then we'll update the VPC route tables. Each VPC will have route tables to point to the transit gateway, right? Obviously, we have to point, and then we will verify connectivity between VPCs using this one. In the DIY, we are going to add a fourth VPC to the transit gateway. All right, I think I am excited about this because we are jumping into the networking, and I am not that good at networking. I mean, I know the concepts. I know what is VPC. I know the routing table. I know internet gateway and all, but I'm not a network administrator, so I never worked on it. In my project, there is already a separate team who takes care of that. So I'm excited about this, and I can update my resume once I finish doing these projects. I hope you are. If you do, you know what to do. Go ahead, leave a comment and let me know what you think about this project so far and what you are expecting out of this project. And in the meantime, at the same time, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. All right. And let's start the lab, and let's see if we have any files to download, which we don't. And as usual, I'm not going to read the concept, but I would recommend you to read the concept to understand more about the services that we are going to use. So what I want you to do is pause this video, read the concept, then resume the video so that it will take you to the next step. So we are going to open VPC. So let me open my Notepad++. So how I am going to do these projects, if this is your first time, I would actually recommend you to watch the remaining parts, because this is considered an expert level section. So go watch that first. And I would, for the practice goals, they will tell us how to do certain things, so we will do them, and then we'll do the DIY on our own. But the practice ones, since there will be like 43 steps, I don't want to watch 5 steps and then go back and do it. And no, instead I will uh, go through all the 40 steps, and then we will do it. Sometimes I forget, some steps I will come and check it, but most of the time that's how I want to do. So I will note down some of the important ones I have to do. For example, the naming conventions and etc. So we will go into VPC, then peering connections, and then you can already see there are two peering connections created between A and C and A and B. And then we are going to go to the EC2, and there are 4 EC2s that are currently running, and it looks like we are going to connect to one of the EC2 machine, I think, to test that it is able to connect it to the other VPC. Okay, let's connect I think they are using session manager to connect, similar to our last projects. And once we are in there, we are pinging this one, and I am assuming uh, I think that belongs to that IP address belongs to spacecraft A. I mean, we are in spacecraft B, right? Okay. And what is it trying to say? Okay, then we are pinging 2.0.10. I think that belongs to spacecraft C, right? As you can see here, to show us that from VPC B, we are successfully able to ping or connect to VPC A and VPC C because B is connected to both of them. I'm assuming that's what it is. I thought we are connected to A to B and A to C. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So while we are trying to ping the C, I think it is not reaching because B is not connected to C. Only it is connected to A. Okay. Hence, it proves that they don't talk to each other. And then we are going to A and B and we are deleting it. And delete. Okay. Deleted routing table entries as well. Okay, good. And then, okay, we deleted both the VPC peering. Awesome. And now we are going to open the transit gateways, which you can see here, right here. And then we are going to click create transit gateway. And we are going to name it this one. Let's scroll down. And what is this? Amazon side autonomous system number. Configure the transit number. Okay. The autonomous system number is for the AWS side of a border gateway protocol session. You can use the default ASN or you can specify private ASN in the or ranges. Okay, so we are just going to pick this one, which is 64521. And then we are going to, okay, that's it. I think creating a transit gateway is simple, looks like. Let's refresh available. Then we are going to go to subnets. And looks like they already created a couple of subnets here. They want us to review this one because I guess VPCD we are going to use it as part of DIY. But we are going to create subnet. We are going to choose our VPCA and then the subnet of one. We are going to type VPCA availability zone 1 transit gateway, and then we are going to pick 1A, and then that is the cedar block we are going to check. Okay. Okay, let's copy this one. And the cedar block we are supposed to use is this one. So let me copy that. And then we are going to create subnet, another subnet, and we are going to name it availability zone 2, and it's going to be right under it. It's the same again. It's the same VPCA. We are going to create 2, and its cedar block is this one. And we are going to click again another. Oh, we are going to add these keys as well. Did we create it? Did we create the tag here? It's not showing. Okay. I am assuming it already added it by default. If not, we can add it. What's there? Okay, let's go next. Now we have two subnets, as you can see here, each one for availability zone. So we have to repeat the same for VPC B, and the cedar range for this is going to be this one. I don't know why they already didn't have it, but they're actually, I think, teaching us how to do it. So let's learn it. I don't mind. Okay. And again, if you don't know about the cedar blocks, I think we explained it in one of the project /28 /32 /16 /8 what that means. It just creates a range of IP addresses. Okay, that's done, and then we will add it for the other one as well. Okay, and I think we have to repeat the same process for C, but I'm just thinking why it is only showing these two. Where are the other two? Yeah, VPCC, we are going to repeat the same. And the cedar blocks here are, and I think we have to do it for D as well, or I don't know, maybe they already created it. So total we have 6 right now, and looks like they already created for D. Okay, once we have them, we have to attach. I mean, we created the transit gateway, but we didn't yet define or configure it so that these VPCs talk to each other. So this is how we are going to do it. We are going to attach attach these VPCs to the transit gateway. So let's see how we are going to do that. Okay, we are going to name it VPC A attachment, and we are going to pick the transit gateway ID. There is only one that we created. Attachment type VPC. So let's select, let's go next. And here, as you can see, we are going to pick the subnets that we just created. Okay, let's scroll down. And then we are going to create another great attachment, and you have guessed it right. It is going to be B, and then it's going to be C. And as you have guessed it, we are going to select both the subnets for both B and C. That's it. And then create another one for C and done. Okay, so now that is done. We took care of that, but the next one is the routes. Similarly, first we went there, next here, then we are going to route tables. And I hope you are reading the concepts. I want you to pause it and read the concept. If you don't read the concept, then you won't learn anything. Okay, click on the transit gateway route tables, and we are going to click on the uh, route table that is already created, and let's click on routes. And then we are going to add these three. Are they already there? In the route section, review to ensure that 3 routes are displayed, one for each VPC attachment A, B, C. Okay. I think when we attached it, all automatically created it. The attachments may take a couple minutes to be available. If there are not 3 displayed, click the refresh button until they all appear. Okay, that is interesting. Okay, cool. And what are we going to do now? We are going to click on the route tables, not on the transit gateway route tables, but the regular route tables. And we are going to click the VPC A availability zone 1, and we are going to edit it. Okay. And what are we doing after editing it? We edited it. So destination is that it is there, and we are going to add. Okay, click add route for destination type 10/A, and then we are going to click that attachment that we created. But this is the internet gateway. Okay, this is the one. Okay. All right, let me copy this one. Okay. So what we are trying to tell is anything that comes this one, just take it to that attachment, VPC attachment, anything. That's the route table. That's what it does. Let's click save, and we will go again. And I think we have to repeat the process for B availability zone 1, C availability zone 1, and slash it means so many IP address configuration like 1 to the third one as well, which VPC ABC, the difference is this one, right? For A it is 0, B it is 1, C it is 2. So I think that will work for all of them. Okay, what is this one? Hold on. We'll go here, we'll choose VPC B, edit, and we are going to choose this one. What is this? Okay, I think that is the transit attachments ones, I guess. Okay, let's go next, and we'll do the same thing for C, I guess. Yeah, they're not showing it, but that's what they're talking about, asking us. Now we will go to B and we will repeat the same process as before. But the next one, which is connecting to C, this time it will work. Previously it didn't work. I think pretty much that's it. All right. I think there is some learning curve here because networking is something, if you are not familiar with, it's not like programs, Python or SQL or something like that. It takes some time to understand, but let me review what they showed us. Okay. So they had VPC peering connections. You can create VPC peering connections between two VPCs, only two VPCs, right? A to B, B to C, C to D, and A to C, etc. You cannot, they won't work like if you create between A and B and A and C, B and C, as I mentioned that. If you have more than one, usually it's recommended to use transit gateway, which is what we are going to do now. So initially we went ahead and reviewed the VPC peering connections, and then we went logged into one of the machine and tried to, we went to B because B has only VPC peering with A, not C. So we were able to ping successfully to A but not to C. Then we came back, then we deleted the VPC peering connections, then we created a transit gateway, and when after creating transit gateway, we had to create the VPC attachments or transit gateway attachments, but the attachments need subnets. So we went ahead and created two subnets for each of the each of the VPC in both the availability zones. Okay, and then we came back and we created the transit gateway attachments. And once we created that, what did we do? We went ahead and added the route tables. Sorry, yeah, we didn't add any transit gateway routes because once we created the attachment, they all it by default populated. But we went to the actual route VPC route table, and then we said anytime somebody tries to hit this 10.0.0./8, which means the cedar blocks that belongs to all the three VPCs, any IP address that comes along this way, give access to these attachments, VPC A attachment, B and C, which means technically all the networks. So whenever somebody hits, it will go ahead and connect to all the networks that are connected or created attachments in the VPC. Okay, I hope that was made any sense, but let's go and let's do this. Okay, most of the time, 80% of the time, we don't run into any issue while creating projects, but we do sometimes. I'm not saying I am awesome person who knows everything. No, I am learning this, some of most of this along, because as you know, when you work, your role usually is concentrated um, in a one direction. For example, like either you are a data analytics engineer, or you are a network engineer, or a security engineer, or a DevOps, right? But these projects covers all of them. That's why I might not know some of them, because my role or my title, most of my work career is engineer, data engineer, right? So we usually don't get involved with the networking stuff and security stuff unless you are working for a small company where you have to do everything. Usually in the companies that you work, big companies, each one of these will be separate. There will be a separate team who will take care of networking, DevOps, etc. XYZ. That being said, I'm not saying that we will we are going to start, because most of the times they give a pretty detailed explanation on what to do, etc. But sometimes they miss some steps. If you remember, I guess one of the project in the previous season we had that problem. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this, shall we? Okay, so let's go to the VPCs. Yeah, we have this one for the DIY, but you can see there are three VPCs that are already created and available. And if you go to the peering connections on the left side, we have two, and you can see between A and C and A and B, which is already created. So let me go and try to test that one as well. Okay. If I go to A, login A, and try to ping both B and C, it will connect because there are two VPCs peering connections. But I will, as usual, I will go to B. Not as usual, but just like they did, I will go to B. B should have VPC peering only for A, not to B. So let's try to ping 10.0. This is VPC A seeder. So, oh, sorry. And as you can see, we are successfully able to ping it, no problem. But if I go and try to ping VPC C, I think, which is 2, then it won't return any packages or packets because we don't have a VPC peering connection established with C from B. So it won't happen. So let's go back and try to delete this. So how do you delete? Actions, delete peering connection, and delete related routing table entries as well. And let's type delete. Okay, same thing with this one. Let's go ahead. Okay, both are deleted. So if I go, they didn't show it, but I'm just showing you. If I try to ping even A, it won't work now because there is no bridge between A and B because we just delete, we remove that bridge right now. Okay, so as you can see, those won't work anymore. Now let's go and create our transit gateway, which should be somewhere here. And let's create a transit gateway. Creating a transit gateway is pretty simple, as you have seen. Just give the name and the ASN, and we are going to use the AWS ones. And we will leave all of these by default ones. Okay, so I think this might take some time for it to get created. In the meantime, what we can do is I can try, but I don't think we will be able to create any. Where is it? We can go ahead and add subnets. Where is that subnets? Subnets, here we go. Okay, so as you can see, there are already subnets created for all of these. So let's click on this one. That is for the D. Yeah, so these subnets are for the previous peering connection. So let's go ahead and create new ones for this one. Okay, so let's unselect this, create subnet, and the VPC we are going to select is VPC spacecraft A, because the first one, let's go try with that one. And we are going to name this one. Availability zone, I think it's 1A if I'm not wrong. And the seeder block is choose the IPv4 seeder block to create a subnet in. So we are going to create in this one 16 IPs. As you can see, 28 is going to give you 16 IPs. If I type 16, it will give 64, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that many IPs. Never mind. 65,000 IPs. Then another number you will see is 24, which is 256. And then we have 28, which is 16. So there are will be only 16 IPs we are dedicating to this particular availability zone, this particular subnet. Okay, that's it. Create it, and then let's go create subnet, and let's repeat the same process. A subnet name, oops, not that one. IP address. Subnet name is going to be this one, and obviously we are going to pick B. You can pick C or D, it doesn't matter. Okay, so if I remove this, and there should be two, as you can see here. Let's create similar process for B. And for C, okay, CC we are going to have it here, and I think this is going to be 2, and this is going to be A, and that's it. Create. Okay, now we have the 6 subnets that we created for this one, and then we are going to attach these subnets, not attach, but to the transit gateway. So if I go to transit gateways, I hope it is ready. Okay, it is available. Okay, you can see that. Nothing much you can see anyways. Okay, let's go to attachments. Okay, let's create transit gateway attachments, and let's name the VPCA attachment. Transit gateway ID is this one. Attachment type is VPC, and the VPC ID is going to be this one, and A and B, it's already showing us these two. No, actually let's go ahead and select the proper one. These are the old ones, these are the new ones that we created. All right, I think pretty much that's it. Create it, go ahead, let's paste it, and then replace this with B. This is a transit gateway VPC. Select the VPC B, and make sure you select the newly ones that you created. Create. Okay, that's it. It's as simple as that. Now let's go to the transit gateway and check the route tables, and click on that routes. Did they say it will show the routes here, or do I have to create? I think it will show up, right? They said it will take some time. Okay, let it do its thing because I just created the gateways. We'll see. If not, we'll do something about it. But the next step is to go to the route table here. And I think didn't we select like delete the respective route tables for this one or something? Maybe I forgot. Let's click on practice. Oops. Oh, did it go? Oh my God. No, don't do this. Okay. So here they said, okay, transit gateway route tables. If you refresh, they will pop up here. I think that's what they said, but they are not. I think we will wait some time so that they can pop up, but that's not what it is. Okay. We need to select this AZ1 route tables and do that. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's select this one. Routes, edit, and we have the internet gateway. Let's add another one. This is going to be, I don't think it will show up there. This one. And the target is what? It is going to be the attachment. This one. VPC. See, it only showed A because we are in this one particular one. Region A, right? That's why. So let's go back. AZ1. I mean, you can select this one as well, I think. Add, select that one. Sorry, not VGA. Transit gateway. The VPC. Save. So any IP address that falls in this header, we are just telling to go to all this. We are routing it. So basically that's what a routing table does, right? So we are routing all the connections that we are getting, not connections, the traffic. We are going to send it to this particular gateway. Okay, I think that took care of it. Now I hope by this time these are ready. I hope so, because I don't want to wait. Yes, they are ready, propagated. They are propagated from the attachments to here. I think that's about it. We are all set. Now, all we have to do is go back to this machine, and if I ping this one, it should be successful. Again, remember I am in B. I'm trying to ping A working. At the same time, I should be able to ping C as well, and that should work as well successfully, right? I'm happy. It worked the first time. Most of the time it won't. Okay, now all we need to do is add the fourth VPC. So we have to repeat the same processes that we did for the fourth one. So what are we supposed to do? The first step is to go ahead and create the subnets. I hope they already created. If I am not wrong, they might have created. Yeah, they did create it. This is the old ones. So let's create new ones with the same name. So it is 3. Okay, we are going to repeat the same process. Since we are in that one, we have to only give in this one. Okay. Okay, this is 16, but again we are going to give it in 3 and 16. So if 16, how many are going to 65,000 if I am not wrong? Yeah. Okay, so 28. I was just thinking, um, is it 0, 0? It's okay, I guess. Create it. Create subnet D. Let's paste this, and this is going to be 3, and this is 3 for this one. Oh, I think I have to edit the previous one because I didn't select the. Let's go ahead and select the edit that one. Okay, I cannot edit it or what? It's not that. This didn't take me there. How about? I don't think it is that. Yeah, it is not that. It's okay, I guess. We didn't choose our choice of availability zone. I think I'm assuming it won't affect. Okay, we did that. Now let's go to attachments and let's create another attachment and let's call this the attachment D. That's the transit gateway, and this is the VPC. That and yeah, it's showing both because oh, even VZ1 is created in that one. Oh, it's created in both because we didn't choose which one. Okay, I think it doesn't matter, I guess. Okay, anyways, I selected both. Let's create that. Now we have D as well, but as we already know, that won't take immediately effect. So now let's go here and we have route tables. Let's edit these ones and hope it will be populating there immediately. Again, even deep falls within that one. Okay, why not? Oh, availability zone 1. I think that will affect. I will go ahead and maybe delete it or something. Let's try this one. I think this should work for this one. I think that is the problem with our, no, even here. Okay, why? Did we do something wrong? Which availability zone is this one? Oh, I think it is just taking some time to show up, I guess. I was like, oh, seriously? I think sometimes it just all it takes is to wait. You know what I'm talking? But we in this damn world, no one has patience. Everybody wants immediate results. No patience whatsoever. I think this should populate by now. Yep, it did indeed. I think it is this one. Okay, so I think pretty much that's about it. We did all that. And what do you need? Transit gateway attachment ID. Okay, I will give you. I think it is talking about this one. So let's go. Give it, and you know what is going to happen? Green. I want it to show green. Green means whatever we did success. ID start. Okay, it is asking gateway attachment ID. Never mind. Attachment ID of D, and that is going to be this one. Shocks. It is like shocks. Give me shocks. See this? Orange, yellow means not good. I want it to be green. There is no transit gateway attachment to VPCD which is associated with both subnets with Cedar blocks 3.2.0. Isn't that what we picked? Are you sure? Okay, let's see which one we selected. Yeah. What do you mean by is not? Two subnets as you can see, and this subnet, hold on a minute. What is going on here? Attachments. What did I attach it to? Did I not attach it to the proper ones? I did, right? Actions. Did I not select this? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a minute. Okay, that I selected properly. Both got created in 1B. Like I have to, since I cannot edit this, I will just go ahead and delete it. I don't know if I will have permissions to delete it. Okay, I do. So the mistake I made is this one. I didn't select A, so it's causing issues. Okay, again. Oh, never mind. See, no patience at all. That's what I'm talking about. D, edit, select this one now. Modify. And this takes some time, so let's give it some time. I will come back. Okay, it is available. Let's go back and let's give it. And this is our first project in this season. Oh no. And if we are having this much trouble, did it change? Did it change this number? Let me see. It might have changed. Oh no, it didn't change it. It's the same. This is the first project, and we are having trouble. 10320. 10320/28. Yeah, that's what we did, right? Okay, hold on. And we are having trouble, so I think I can imagine how it is going to be going forward. Okay, let's see one more time. 1B. Why is this? I selected this one. Come on. How? I did select. I think you can go back and correct me. I did select this one. No, I don't have to. Again, I have to wait some time or what? Okay, I will be back. Okay, let's hope. Before trying, I want to check this again. If it is modifying somehow. No, it didn't. Okay, that's good. Now let's go. Final time. I know for a reason it is that. Yes. And one good thing about this is I know why the mistake is happening. But anyways, we are able to successful. But this is the first project this season has networking role, and oh boy, we still have 14 more to go, and I can see the complexity that it is going to give us. Anyways, we successfully did it. I'm happy. At least I know now I can proudly put it in my resume saying I know how to create a transit gateway and make different VPCs talk to each other. Before doing this, we would have assumed that, oh, it might be something complex, etc. But now we know what are the things that are involved, right? So let's give the good news, and this is the time for you guys to exit out of the full screen. If you are in full screen, hit the like button, comment, notification bell, and do all that awesome stuff. Done. Your fleet should now be able to communicate with each other through the transit gateway. This works great. Thank you for your help. Choose a reward as a token of our appreciation. Yeah, oh, so, but that's fine. Is this the new vehicle? This guy, it didn't even exit and he's like changed his pose. Okay, here we have it, and I'm assuming that we can use as a vehicle. I can see it here. He's already sitting on that. And as usual, we are going to give feedback, and I like it. I like the project. Okay, let's click. Don't go yet because we have once this is done, it's the quiz time. And let's do that. You know how the quiz works, right? We zap these drones, which will give us quiz questions. Okay, we have two types of drones. Blue ones usually give us questions, and as a reward, they will give you these cards, and you will use those cards to answer architecture quizzes. That's another type of quiz you will get when you zap the orange drones. Transit Gateway supports routing between VPCs with identical seeders. Identical seeders? No, it doesn't have to be. And this is available only in these regions, looks like. Yeah, I don't think so. What do you guys think? And by the way, this quiz, even you have to answer it. So go ahead, answer your. You can leave it in the comments these answers because you might say true and then once it is wrong, oh, you will make a false. No cheating. I'm thinking it is false because it doesn't have to be identical seeders, or does it? Because I remember when we created the routes, we actually gave the uh, big route. So should I don't think so, but let's see. Yep, I am right. What did you guys answer? No cheating. Leave it in the comments. When routing through a transit gateway, packets are sent to a specific next hop attachment based on their destination IP address. Which layer of OSI model does transit gateway routing operate in? It is definitely not this one. Layer 7 is, I think, HTTPS, TPS. I think it is layer 3 or 2. I am thinking layer 3. Yep. Ha 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 ha. If you have watched those videos and read that, I think it would have answered that. And what did you guys answer? No cheating again. Leave it in the comments. What answer you chose? Okay. We are here to learn. So you cannot cheat saying you put the same answer and change it back later on. Can I go from here or from here? How do I go to that? Okay, I go. 2-0, too low so far. Which best practice should be used to design a transit gateway? Select 2. Use a separate subnet for each transit gateway VPC attachment. Is that what we did? Yeah, we have attachment A, B, C, and each one has its own subnet. Sure. Add additional transit. Nope. I don't think you need that. I think transit gateway itself is highly available, I'm assuming. With multiple transit gateways, use the same autonomous system numbers for each. I don't think so. If that's the case, why do they even have that? Why associate the same VPC route table with all of the subnets that are associated with the transit gateway? Uh, is that what we did in the VPC route table? No, we had I think different route tables, and then we went ahead and added it for the ones. I think so. I don't think it is this one. I think I think then I will go with this one. Let's see. Use a separate subnet for each attachment, which is what we chose. Create one network case. Associate same VPC route table with all the subnets that are associated with the transit gateway. Huh. Oh, this all the subnets, okay. Associate the same VPC route table with all of the subnets that are. Yeah, I think that's what we did, I am assuming. Okay, I will go with those. Okay, what answers did you guys pick? Did you pick A and C? Let me know if it is not A and C in the comments. Yeah, you have to comment. There is no option to you guys with these answers. So let's go. We are in this together, okay? I'm learning, you are learning. So if you don't comment with the answers, then it's no point. Which resources is a network transit hub that can be used to interconnect VPCs? We already know that. It's transit gateway. For love so far. I'm happy. I mean, we took two hints, two of them, but still, sometimes we took the hint and still answered wrong. So compared with that, this is fine. What does AWS Transit Gateway deploy within VPC subnets when attaching one or more VPC? I mean, I can easily say it is a route table, but wrong. How? We didn't create a security group. We didn't create for one. I hope if you guys pick the right one. Which API types are supported by Amazon API? I think we are done with this. Okay, I got 5-1. If you got 5-0, then you are the winner. Leave it in the comments. All right, I think that's about it, guys, for today. And we captured 500 drones. You can see on the bottom left corner. Thank you very much for spending your time here. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe, enable notification bell icons, like, comment, share, and also you can share it in LinkedIn and Instagram, whichever social media account you have, so that you know you support the channel in that way. And I was about to say something and I forgot about it. Okay, anyways, yeah, you can become a member as well. You can join the membership program. You can support the channel by doing that as well. Thank you very much again. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.